Okay, we have the Schumacher XCS15W fully automatic battery charger. Bought it a while back from Walmart. You get a little manual with it, and the unit itself. One thing you notice about the unit itself is it's relatively large. Everything they make seems to be relatively large. The unit is all self-contained. You can't remove or replace the clips or the cord. The clips themselves are metal. You can see in there it's all metal, but the plastic on it doesn't really stay clipped that great. It pops off, but that's like a minor thing in my opinion. It doesn't bother me that much. I just want to point out everything I can find that may be of interest. It does have technology that if you wire it incorrectly, it will tell you that it's reversed, and it has charging and maintaining. So if this light's lit, it's maintaining. If this light's lit, it's charging. If this light's lit, you got them on wrong. Other than that, you can select what kind of battery that you want, a normal or a gel or whatever, and you can select whether it's 3 amp or 15 amps. So I've ran a drop cord out. We'll plug it in. Now the first thing we'll try, it's on but there's nothing to it, no volts. First thing we'll do is we'll wire it on wrong and see if it blows up. Okay, you see that blinking? So we've got it on wrong. So now let's put it on correctly. Oh, these clips don't open that far, so you have to find a good place on the battery that you can get a good solid contact. Okay, it's telling me that my battery has got 12.8 volts. If you can see that clear. Okay, so now it's charging. It's got 12 volts. It's putting in it, and it'll tell you in a little bit, it'll tell you the percentage of the battery. So it's 86%, 87% charged. Now I would leave the camera on it for the entire charging time, but there's no point in it. This window will go off in a few minutes to save power, I guess. I don't know. And all you'll see is either one of these lights lit up and what it's doing. But we'll come back to it after it's 100% charged. Unless it's too dark anyway. Okay, it's been a few minutes. The window is cut off, but the charging light is still charging. So if you push any of the buttons, that'll come back on. It's saying it's 98%. Okay, now it's saying maintaining, charging, or charged, maintaining. I had to switch to my phone because the camera battery died. If you push any of these buttons, the rest of the stuff will light up. It'll tell you You got 12 volts, 100% charge. And that just cycles through, telling you volts. Overall verdict, I love it. I'm redoing part of this because I had issues when I looking at the editing. You couldn't see everything, so I'm redoing some of it. When you first plug the unit in, it lights up. And also it has, I wanted to point out, it has a fan in the back to cool it. Little pads on it. The thing is, this battery now is a new battery, so it shouldn't be that big an issue. But I will first wire it wrong to show, because you couldn't see that in the other video. And you see the red light? It's reversed. So when you wire it correctly, it may be too bright out here to do it. So we got 12.6 volts. You can basically pick, okay, so now it's on, it's figured out what's going on. You've got 12 volts. And this battery is 77% apparently. So even the new battery, I've been driving around today, so it hasn't had time to get fully charged. 78%. So it'll charge it and maintain it. Does a really nice job. If I had to nitpick, the only thing that I don't like about the unit itself is the cheap alligator clips. You could, I guess, if you wanted to solder something, or you could maybe bolt another one on, crimp something. They're only crimped on, so you could probably cut those off and crimp a new set. But the unit costs, I believe, $30, $36, less than $40. So personally, it's not worth the trouble to change to alligator clips for me. I'll just leave it the way it is. Now it's at 100%, and it's hard to see, but the maintenance charging light is on. So now the green light is on. If I can get that up here. The only con I really see It's probably the way the alligator clips pop apart. You can snap them together and they still pop apart. That's the only kind I see. It has your quick start instructions on it, which is super nice. I bought this originally when my battery, I had to start, the car battery, I had to start using my jump starter. I got a video on that. And I would charge it with this in between jump starting. What's funny is this says improved clamps. So I wonder how bad the clamps were before the improvement. So I bought it to charge the car battery in between jump starting it, and also because the battery in my lawnmower was starting to get really bad and I needed something to charge that battery. I did wind up replacing that battery as well, but a lawnmower battery usually has to be recharged every year or two anyway. It's a very nice unit. I love it. I give it a 5 out of 5, maybe a 9.5 out of 10. The only thing I see wrong with it is the clips. The cord itself has the polarity plug. That's probably not important, but it does. But if it wasn't for these clips popping apart, and it don't do it every time, but the clips are nice. They're metal. It's just that plastic cover to keep you from getting shocked while you're putting them on and off. So you could take this, take the wire out, and put new clips in it. I believe. Anyway, I give it a 9.5 out of 10, if not more than that. I really, really like it.